This lecture discusses the origin of the Hindu philosophy, Sanatana Dharma, which is translated as eternal righteousness. Sanatana Dharma governs the spiritual laws of human existence. It is really the story of the divine with countless faces. And a theme throughout the Vedas is that truth is one, but sages call it by various names. Vedic culture was born in the Indus River Valley. In the very north, just to the left of the province of Punjab, you see the small town of Harappa. This is the Harappan culture where the Vedic texts flourished. Originally, it was an oral tradition, and it was passed on. There is one scholarly debate in this that claims the Aryans were the ones who introduced the Vedic text. This particular scholar takes the position that the Vedas are much older than that and date as early as 8000 BCE. There are 4 Vedas: the Rig Veda, Sam Veda, Yajur Veda, and the Artha Veda. There are some auxiliary texts: the Brahmanas, Aryankas, and Upanishads. The Rig Veda is a collection of hymns and praises, while the Sam Veda are the chants. Yajur Veda are spoken ritual formulas rather than chants, and the Artha Veda is a set of medical practices named for a priestly family, the Arthavavans. The Brahmanas are prose that involves rituals and rules. There were wandering ascetics, and they wrote the forest books. The Upanishads are philosophical texts that speculate on the nature of reality and consciousness. The Rig Veda is one of the oldest of the world's existing scriptures, and it was originally written in Sanskrit. The Rig Veda is currently studied today in comparative philosophy programs. The hymns were directed toward the gods, including praises, blessings, sacrifices, and curses. There are approximately 10,500 verses created, and these are the hymns to the Vedic deities. Indra was the storm god, the Ushas were the dawn, Agni the god of fire, Varuna the sky god, and Soma the god of inspiration. The Samveda were a collection of mantras coming from the Rig Veda Samhitas. This is the earliest known procedure for giving melody to a chanted verse, and out of this comes the Indian music. These were meant for priests who officiated at the rituals of some of the Soma ceremonies. Today, the instrument that is favored is the sitar. The Yajur Veda is concerned with the mechanics of rituals and contains sacred formulas and invocations that are used by priests. Inwardly, Yajur Veda is a yogic practice, and the rituals and rules are aimed at purifying the mind and awakening the inner consciousness. The personal medical practitioners and counselors were the Arthavans. These hymns and spells were used by this group and were not part of public ritual. These texts differ significantly in context and purpose. The Brahmanas were much like the Yajur Vedas, but are not as old. The rituals proceed primarily through speech, breath, mind, and follow the seasons and equinoxes. They detail every possible aspect of sacrifice, from the configuration of bricks for the altar to the materials to be used for sacrifice, to the amount of grass one should strew on the ground, to the size of spoon used to ladle clarified butter into the fire. Aryakas are a secondary text to be used by those who left society to reside in the forest in order to gain spiritual knowledge. These are the forest books and the writings of the forest dwellers. Ritual passages are combined with philosophical texts, and some of the oldest Upanishads are also contained within this work. The Upanishads, or secret writings, explain the personal transformation of the ascetics that resulted from psychic participation in rituals. The Aryakas and the Upanishads are about the search for first principles, that is, searching for what makes the universe go, the power behind all things which allows the universe to operate. They also attempt to discern the essential nature of both the universe and the human being.